Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Food Wars Season 3, or as it's called, The Third Plate, Episode 1. Oh boy, I missed Food Wars. I really did. It's definitely... I felt bad because I remember that the second season I didn't really keep up with the reviews because it did so poorly at one point. And I really didn't like the second season as much as the first one. I still gave it a good score. I still gave it, I think, like a B. Because, Food Wars is amazing, I think. I don't really know if Food Wars could get worse than the second season, because the fact that it was just really predictable, kind of lackluster story near the end, especially. But, it did have a few last episodes that were good, but the thing was that overall it wasn't as strong as the first season. From what I heard from a lot of people that are reading the manga for Food Wars, they claim that the third season is supposed to be like the best part of the arc. It's going to be focusing on, obviously, the Moon Festival, where Soma is trying now to figure out a way to challenge one of the elite 10 of the school in his own way, and the only way to do that is if he can actually somehow miraculously do well at the school festival and do do better sales than the other guy. I think his name, by the way, is Kuro, I think, or something like that. But really not much happened in terms of food. We saw that his opponent, essentially, or at least one of the members of the top 10, runs this whole Chinese dojo of food making. I mean, everyone is on point. They can all make the same meal and it tastes exactly the same, perfectly, etc. And I almost wonder if that's going to be an interesting thing later on that he's going to mention, for the fact that he actually didn't cook it himself. He had his underlings cook it, but probably I have a feeling someone will mention that watch in a future episode. But he knows that for him to do well and to even challenge him, or at least have a chance to challenge him, he needs to upscale him on the Moon Festival and do better sales than him. So I'm going to presume that that's where our first major arc is going to take place. It's going to be trying to see how this food festival goes. I think that, so for the most part, everything else that I've seen so far from this episode shows that, hey, the animation's still good. I think it looks incredible still. Looks like all the original voice actors and actresses return to do their roles and stuff like that. And, it seems like it could have an interesting premise, because apparently if Soma does horribly during the festival, he could actually get expelled. So if his booth sells horribly or loses money for the school, he gets expelled. So I think that's kind of interesting, because that was the ending scene, and his face was like, wait, what? So, it wasn't a crazy episode, though. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. I think it was a good way to start off, I think. But, for some people that may be expecting that same level of craziness that we saw in the very first episode of Food Wars Season 1 or even Season 2, you might be a little disappointed. But I'm pretty sure that this season will come out with some great stuff. And I'm glad also they didn't rehash the same crap that we've seen so far from the first two seasons. That'd be kind of annoying. So I'm just happy the way it was. Anyways, what did you guys think about the first episode? I would love to hear in the comments below. I have several other reviews today, guys and girls. Whichever ones you want to watch, go for it. I believe they should all be up within the next 2 hours, maybe less than that. But I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.